Hey,
Hi,
Arrow.
Hi, Arrow.
Good morning, you three. How are you doing today?
Great. How are you?
Absolutely fantastic. The world is watching you right now, and the reason why it is so cool to be on Back in the Groove right now is because people are still trying to figure out how to get back into the relationship world. Because, you know, we've been in lockdown, we've been told not to do this, not to do that, but we're relying on your storylines to inspire and influence us to grow forward.
Amazing. Great.
To be in this moment, I mean, here's one of the reasons why I'm so charged up about this new season is because Charlotte over the weekend was labeled and named one of the cities where you can't find love. There are a lot of cities around this nation that are going to be watching you from Atlanta, from LA, from Miami to find out how can we reignite love in these cities.
Yeah.
I think that, finding love, I think it starts with you first. And I think that a lot of times, a lot of people look outward for love before they look inward. And I think it starts within self. And I think that one of the most beautiful things about this whole experience for the three of us was we learned to love ourselves again. Because when you're always giving to other people, to your family, to your businesses, to your, to your careers and everything else, you tend to neglect yourself. So, when you're looking for love, you got to love yourself first, because then when you love yourself, you're manifesting and you're attracting the right energy and the right partner into your life. And I think that's exactly what the three of us did. So
I truly agree with that, because I'm a daily writer, and journaling is so important because you've got to find out who you are first before you can reach out there. And then you're right. It is like a magnet.
absolutely. It really is.
I was going to piggyback off of Steph. If you don't know yourself fully or know what it is that you love and you like, you can't possibly make someone happy.
That's conversation and getting to know who that person is.
Absolutely. I came to the island looking for love. I've never been married. I haven't had a child yet and a family, and those are still dreams of mine. Those are the desires of my heart, and I believe they're still for me. So I'm still on the mission. I've been wanting, to find love, and I came to the island to find it. And you'll have to, kind of tune in to see. But, dating is hard. LA is a very hard, city to date. You have to really sift through the weeds and ask the right questions, and, not just kind of be this like wishy-washy type thing, but you also have to come into your date knowing yourself and knowing what you want, and always having some fun along the way, of course, but you have to really ask the tough questions and be vulnerable.
Has the definition of love changed in the way of, for instance, I'll give you a good example. I call my wife my best friend more than I do my wife, because I love having my best friend.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. That's amazing that you can share that, both those dynamics in a partner.
Yeah.
It's bold.
Being on that island with those cameras in front of you, I mean, most of us, we kind of secretly fall in love with the people that we're with. I mean, you've got people watching you. How do you keep your heart, still inside your soul while expressing yourself so openly?
It was tough, but, after a while, we were so connected with these guys, and, we were all there for a particular reason. And after a while, the cameras kind of faded away. When I was on my dates, I was very present. I asked the right questions. I wanted to know who they were. So after a while, it actually, the cameras kind of faded away. We didn't really even notice they were there. So it was very real for me, my intentions and my experience.
Has time kind of changed in the way that so many people say that the older we get, the more we want to rediscover our youth? I always feel like that. No, I think what we want to do is we just want to be present. How do you guys deal with that?
Yeah, I still feel useful. I've never not felt useful. So I'm 43 years old, and I've just been this youthful person my whole life, and I don't plan to stop. So I do date younger guys because of that reason. And, so I just feel like you always have to kind of be on top of your game.
I once did a movie promotion at an assisted living place, and they were listening to Bruno Mars and Nicki Minaj and all the young artists. And I said, "What's going on here?" And they said, "Look, you have to understand. The older you get, it's not about that age. It's how you feel. How young do you feel? What is your real age when it comes to that moment?"
Right.
Absolutely. I think for me, I don't know if it's about wanting to relive your youth. Is the older you get, as more that you want to not look back and think, what if? You know, you realize that time is short, our lives are valuable, you know, and you want to make the best for the rest of your time. And so you want to just take advantage of all things. You don't want to close yourself off to ideas, or you know, you want to just change your mindset to be a little bit more open. And so I think that is maybe how that ties into that. You just don't want to look back and say, what if? You want to be able to do all those things. You know, I think I'm in bucket list mode now. The older I get, I'm more so in bucket list mode.
Mm-hmm. Well, congratulations on Back in the Groove. I can't wait to experience this. And then, of course, it's going to create conversations. Please come back to this show anytime in the future. The door is always going to be open for the three of you.
Thank you so much for having me so much.
You bet. Be brilliant today.
Thank you. Happy holidays to you too.